And we should have started, theoretically. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Ed and Sic thing that we do once a week, most of the time. How are we doing today, folks? How are we doing today, Ed? You
We
little...
will await their response on
We'll
how they're
await their
doing.
response and say nothing until they start speaking. Booger. Well, that was entitled? No. Useful. Interesting. Engaging. Yeah, how are we doing? We've got...
Insightful.
Insightful, that is the word I was looking for, but my brain refused to give it to me. Um,
We
today,
belong on the internet.
today, we are giving you some much needed love advice. Because Ed's decided that he's totally gay for his missus. And I was just like, that's not right, man. You are a bad MGTOW. You are just the worst, in fact.
I've never been really good at following the MGTOW tenets, even though I'm obviously a MGTOW.
Obviously. Ed in MGTOW. Eddingtown?
Yeah.
Something like
I
that.
don't know. I don't know, man. I don't want to get married, right?
But
So that's MGTOW.
not really.
Isn't that MGTOW? Isn't that like a level of MGTOW?
I think being in a permanent relationship with someone, the lack of marriage is just non-committal.
Oh. We should probably ask Chad if the audio is okay, since it never is.
Hey chat, is the audio okay since it
Is the
never is?
audio okay, since it never is? MGTOW is not getting married. See, Davey thinks MGTOW is not getting married.
Come on. I mean, if it is, then I'm fucking MGTOW. And I've got kids.
I feel like not having kids is a big part of it too,
Yeah. I didn't mean to.
which I don't want to do either. So I'm
Fine
MGTOW.
audio. You would fuck the audio, that's good. I'd say okay, but I can hear you both. So that's not good. Okay.
Turn me down.
So yeah, me and Ed have had little gay chats about how he's a gay, and so we decided that we'd really gay up the stream with the gayness, and start reading off really meaningful articles, especially one Ed shared with me. Now I don't know if I'm gonna stick. Fuck it, I'm just gonna be really rubbish and do this. There
Are
we
you gonna
go.
share? There's some imagery here.
Yeah, I've got it basically sat vaguely on my
Ah,
screen.
there you go.
There we go. It all looks good. That looks not as bad as I thought it would look actually, apart from the dragging it across the screen.
That's not a bad pic. She looks kind of pretty in that picture.
Is that actually the chick?
I think so, but she's
yeah,
not. She's not that attractive. But she
I've
looks.
cheated on every guy I've ever dated, and I don't feel even a little bit sorry. So we can already tell that this person is just
A sociopath.
a fucking asshole.
This is from Babe.net, and Babe.net is becoming my favorite
Ta-da!
website now. Like,
There are a few other articles on it that I've noticed that I would love to have a
yeah,
little read of.
yeah. Like honestly, the Aziz Ansari thing did bring us this wonderful site. So I mean, that's worth
that
it.
was where I didn't realize that was where it was from. I should come back here more often. There could be they're gold in them heels. But
Yeah, if you want to do like videos about articles, this is probably a good one to do it.
yeah. So we're gonna have a little read of this. I don't know if you want to start or if
You can start.
okay. I'm a love addict, slut. I spend hours scrolling through the New York Times modern love section or the Cut Sex Diaries. I go on about a date a week and spend the rest of my time watching other people's love stories unfold on Netflix. I don't think you know what love is.
I don't think so either. Like she writes other articles, and a lot of them are just like sex stuff.
Yeah.
So, like I think she thinks sex is love.
Sex equals love.
Sex
Fact.
equals
All in all caps. Sex is love is sex is love is sex.
fact.
Yeah, that kind of absolutely crazy thing. Actually, that kind of reminds. There's an old. I can't remember what the show was, but it had this subliminal messaging in it, and shit like this when people can't sort of distinguish between two things reminds me of that. and it had this message which was love means buy means love, which basically to get people to buy things, because if you don't buy things for people, then you don't love them, and that's sort of the mindset I think someone like this is. It's like, oh, I have sex with people, so they love me. It's like, well, darling, I hate to burst your bubble, but most of those men probably don't love you. I mean, and you've cheated on all of them. I don't think you loved them either. I wouldn't cheat on someone that I loved. I guess some people might, but it's a much lower possibility, and not every fucking time, you mad bitch.
I want to see how our brain works.
While some might tell you the key to romantic satisfaction is sleeping with at least 25 people before settling down.
Who the fuck ever said that? 25.
Some. You mean that basically either
this
Bruce
chick
B or your mates?
There's one girl I know says 25 is a healthy number before settling down. You got about a decade after high school to get to that number. 25.
25 people.
It's such a strangely like specific number.
And it's not, and it's sleeping with. So that doesn't count people that she's
we're about as far away from love as you can get.
Yeah, easily.
We're just on the base level.
And do you think she counts sucking some dude off as sleeping with him? I bet she doesn't.
No.
So
you have to go all the
way. I'm gonna go with that. It's a lot more sexual contact and probably at least a couple of STDs. Oh my god, I have a very different approach. Oh yeah, let me guess. Way fucking more.
Way more.
So to her, 25 is the reasonable low end of the amount of people you should be fucking. Holy Christ.
So many that when you're in relationships, you just have to keep, ticking that number up.
How many people have you just done anything with?
It's less than 25 people.
It's less than 25 for me. It's more than 10, less than 25. But it's not. Yeah. It's closer to 10 than it is to 20 fucking 5.
I don't think mine is even. I don't know if it's even more than 10. I haven't done. Shit, well, I mean, I've done things. Well, I don't know. I actually have no idea. I have no concept of that. But it can't be 25. I'm not that popular.
No, you sit down and work it out. That's your homework for next week. If it comes back 37.
That might actually be difficult. I don't know. I don't know how many people.
Is this a drunk thing?
Well, alcohol has a lot to do with a lot of my sexual encounters. Yeah.
I don't think there's any sexual encounters that I don't remember. I hope not, because that would make me.
Well, see, that's the thing. I had this whole online dating stretch, and the fun thing about women on like OkCupid is that pretty much if there's physical attraction on any level, you're probably gonna get laid. I mean, so maybe it is more than 10. I just don't. Like, there are encounters that I don't think I remember at all.
Because they were so meaningless.
I have no idea. I haven't really thought about it.
Wow. Maybe I'm not the slut. I remember all of my encounters, even if they are.
Well, I mean, that's what that whole stretch was. I mean, it was only like 2 years that I did it. But within that 2 years, that's where all my really random encounters happened. Like, I wasn't really that big on sleeping around when I was in high school and shit. Like, I always had like a steady girlfriend. And I guess the OkCupid stretch was just me going, fuck it. Fuck it.
I think this woman has a slightly skewed perception of what normal, at least 25 people. 25 at a fucking minimum.
Maybe that is becoming normal.
I don't know. I don't know. Most people aren't attractive enough to do that. I'm sorry, but that's just a fact.
Hey,
if you're really, really good looking, maybe 25 is okay. Like, I could have done more.
Ugly dudes,
but I didn't actually want to. I'm not even that good looking. I'm just like quite charming and charismatic.
See, you're measuring it the way men measure it. We measure physical attractiveness. We put that a little higher, I think, than women do.
Well, I mean, aren't the statistics that most men think more a higher than average number of women are attractive, but women find a much higher, a lower amount, like 80% of men are under average attractiveness, but they have other things that bring them up. But in
Yeah.
terms of physical attractiveness, most men.
Women are never happy or satisfied. That's
No.
the answer to that study. That's
That's
what you
their
find
skill.
out about that fucking study. Fucking women. They're never happy, no matter what. That's why we're going MGTOW on this stream.
Yeah.
And I'm
You're
leaving,
just
I'm
convinced.
leaving Kristen.
Just you're really happy with her, you really love her, but she is a woman, and they will inevitably betray you.
I mean, she is not on lunch yet, I don't think, or on break, so she's probably not watching this. But Kristen, we're breaking up.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's continue. When I talk about my future with my friends, it always includes marriage and children. But I've also cheated on every person I've ever been with. I can't even imagine. Like if you're with someone enough for it to be cheating, because there's you can not be exclusive, and then it's not cheating, is it?
No, you could just be going on dates. You could be in the early stages.
So one assumes she is like, okay, I'm in a relationship with this person. She has the relationship for however long. And then instead of ending the relationship, either because she thinks she's found someone, but she just
you didn't read one thing. If you scroll up to to where the title is,
Ooh.
She says, "It's too easy."
It's too easy. You shouldn't refer to yourself as an it.
Why shouldn't it cheat? It's fucking easy. It's fucking easy to get away with it.
Yeah, I mean,
not anymore. Now that I've just basically told the whole world that I do it,
and every time someone like, if anybody cares about these men and they say, "Oh, I've just found this woman. She's great. I think she might be the one," and they look up her name and go, "Yeah, I fucking wouldn't bother, mate." She's.
I imagine like how many boyfriends she had in the past who read this, on her Twitter.
God.
So like, oh man,
what a bitch.
She was fucking cheating on me.
Yeah.
Or a current boyfriend. What if she's got a current boyfriend?
Yeah, I feel sorry for him. Unless he is, as the right-wingers would say, cucked.
Apparently every boyfriend she's ever had was cucked.
Yeah, poor bastards. I mean, I guess. It depends how she's.
Again, they were probably bad people.
She's like,
they were probably bad people. Let's be fair.
They were men. Of course, they were bad people.
Who the fuck wants to date this? I mean, like I said, that picture. There's a picture of her down more that is a little more closer to the truth.
We'll see it when we get
picture.
There. If you've agreed to a monogamous relationship, it's written into the framework that you won't stray physically or emotionally. Again, so that means that she's agreed.
She entered into a monogamous relationship.
Said,
yes,
I promise I won't fuck around, and then she did it.
It
anyway.
is. Yeah, it's written into the actual definition of the fucking word monogamy. Yeah, it's written into the framework.
Mono equals one. You fucking whore.
Yeah, you don't have to enter into monogamous relationships. There's open relationships.
Yeah,
and you're a crazy feminist, so they do that all the time. Easy to find.
I guess maybe she tried that at first, and they all went, "Oh well, I'm not interested in having a relationship with you if you're going to sleep with other men." And she says, "Oh well, then I won't do that. I'll just lie about it because I'm actually Hitler."
I think it's probably just more fun to hurt men than to just be an honest person.
Well, I suppose the other thing is that there is a certain thrill to getting away with things, and if you're particularly a bad person, then you won't give a fuck if that thrill also leads to them being genuinely hurt. Again, I think she's just kind of a bitch.
Yeah, look at that text message.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're better off doing it anyway. You around for drinks on Sat? I'm seeing someone, actually. Lol, and... Yeah, I can be around. Knew it,
slut. I knew you were a slut.
I read your blog.
I read your blog. There's no fucking way you won't just fuck me.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, how many guys are gonna read this and go, well, if she sleep with fucking anyone.
You know what? It's fun about it though. It's the feminist thing. It's the fact that behavior like this only benefits the worst men. That the men that you complain about on a constant, regular fucking basis, you're giving them what they want. They objectify you. They fucking don't think of you as anything but a vessel for their penis.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who win in this scenario. They're the ones who actually win. That's the joy of it. There she is. Let's scroll down on that picture real quick. You already gave it away, so. Oh, by the way, I'm probably so delayed because I'm watching the actual.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry about that. I'm watching you do it in the actual video, but she is. Yeah,
she's not even.
She's not great.
She's not even pet. I don't know what shape that body shape that is, but if she lost weight, she'd probably look like a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, there's just not much. There's not much going on there, and that little tattoo right there kind of tells all. So.
Oh yeah, she's got. Oh right, yeah, I see it now. For some reason, I instantly went to the crotch to see a tattoo. It's like, oh, she'll have like a set of arrows pointing into herself. So yeah, like I've been with way more attractive women. I'm with a way more attractive woman who has like tits and everything.
Yay! Yeah, those are kind of. I don't know, man. But then again, see, like the kind of person who would date someone with that tattoo, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit what happened to them. I hope they burn.
Fuck you. you
knew what you lies about the tattoo. Oh yeah, I was just into that as a kid. What an idiot. Yeah, I'll also be.
No. You write articles. You write articles for Babe.net. You're not fooling anybody.
It's easier to get away with than you think. Everything is easy to get away with when you lie to people all the time. Because you're good at lying. Shocking.
Wait. Okay, yeah, okay, never mind. So, yeah. Go on, sorry.
People don't refrain from cheating because they're happy with their partners. I don't need...
Right?
Just... I can't.
It always turns into like a psychological, like a revelation about the person themselves, not any kind of fact or reality. Like people don't refrain from cheating; they refrain from cheating because they're afraid of being caught. You're a fucking sociopath, lady.
I refrain from cheating because who the fuck can be asked?
Yeah, Diesel Dave gave you $2 and said I'd fuck her with a Q for some reason. I don't know why we're doing that all of a sudden. I don't know, but because I honestly, I'd probably fuck her too. That's about the value that I would ascribe to it, though. Like maybe I'd fuck her.
I wouldn't even fuck her.
You wouldn't even fuck her. You're a rapist. You're an anti-rapist.
Anti-rapist, which is the exact same thing as being a rapist.
As being a rapist.
Yeah,
I probably would. You know, I could put a few drinks in me. I can make it work.
Wanna smash?
But I wouldn't, though, because of that tattoo. That tattoo, you know, with who I am now, maybe 20-year-old me wouldn't give a shit.
That
who
tattoo
I am now,
is
tattoo is kryptonite.
Well, it's the ultimate. I can't even think what it's called. What condoms are? Fucking hell, brain. Work. Contraceptive. Yay!
Yeah. That tattoo is the ultimate contraceptive. Yeah. I've been down that road, and I'm never going down that road again. Honestly, I wouldn't even have dated my feminist girlfriend if she had that tattoo.
Yeah, because
I knew she was a
commitment.
Feminist.
That's some commitment to being a fucking bitch.
There's something really off about it. Yeah, there's something that says, not only am I a feminist, but I'm this kind of feminist.
I'm enough of a feminist to literally destroy part of my skin.
If you have that tattoo, if you have that tattoo, it means you don't respect men at all, under any circumstance. That's how I translate that, and I just stay away. I would stay away from that. And obviously, the evidence is all in the article that she has no respect for men. So, I feel like it's a good. I feel like it's a good thing to go with that tattoo and all the other little staples like the crazy hair colors and there are a lot of not feminist chicks who do that, but for the most part, I think it's a good standard. Also, if she has any body hair.
Oh, what blatant body hair?
Yeah, but like doesn't
Big
shave her
hairy
armpit,
pits.
doesn't shave her armpits, doesn't shave her legs.
Like, that's the thing about hairy armpits. They're not attractive on anybody. Like, one of the grossest things I've ever seen. I used to have this neighbor who was extremely ginger, extremely bright orange hair, and he had the
Yeah.
biggest armpit hairs you've ever seen. It stuck out by a country mile, and it was this
Yeah.
big orange fluff. And the first time I saw it, I literally gibbed. So I don't know why, but it's gross. Armpit hair is gross on everybody, and if it's unkempt, it's more the grosser. Guys can get away with it because guys are gross.
I mean, my armpit hair is not. I don't have much body hair in general.
You're not a particularly hairy man.
I must be low in testosterone or something. But I mean, I have hair, but like my armpit hair is not that intrusive. It's not that crazy.
Yeah.
If it was, I'd probably trim it down if it were like the kind of
if my armpit hair stuck out when I had my arm down, then I would trim it. Without
a nicely trimmed bush is a must. I don't agree with that. I think let it grow free.
I think it depends what you're doing with it.
A fully shaved puss is a no-no.
Any particular reason?
Do you disagree with that, sir?
I don't disagree with that.
There's a particular reason.
Care.
The reason is that stubble on a pussy does not feel good on a penis.
I've not really noticed.
I mean, you could wax it, but that I'm never going to ask that of a girl. That sounds terrible.
I'm glad it wasn't it looks like a baby vagina. I was like, well, it doesn't.
Unless that's a ridiculous argument.
Yeah, but I've heard people make it, and I'm like,
you want to fuck a baby?
Hello, that means you like to fuck kids.
That's not a good argument.
No,
no, but like, it's that uncomfortable stubble.
And have you ever into Velcro?
Yeah, it's just not. It's not a good feeling.
Yeah. Let's continue with the article.
Nobody ever brings that up, though. Nobody ever brings that up. That's why, like, when I first said, "Hey, why don't you shave your pussy?" with one of my girlfriends, way back in the past, I thought it was going to be great,
but it wasn't. It was terrible.
But it wasn't great. It was really uncomfortable, and nobody ever brings that up. The fucking media lied to me.
I don't know.
All my fucking virgin friends who were pretending they had done it before.
The main issue I have with unshaven pussies is when performing cunnilingus.
Yeah, which I don't do.
Fair enough. I don't do that shit. That's gross.
People give shit for that. I know. And whenever women hear that I don't do it, they go fucking mad.
Yeah, but I've been with birds who really like it and don't reciprocate.
They all like it.
No, but she's like, oh, you should do it every time. And I was like, yeah, but you're going to suck my dick. And it's like, okay, eventually she's going to suck. And she didn't. And it's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. I do believe in reciprocation. I believe in reciprocation. However, every woman who has ever sucked my dick knew I was not going to reciprocate. And they were always free to not suck my dick. But they did anyway. But they did anway. They did anyway, and they did it by choice.
You made this choice. You're looking down on them as like, this is your mistake.
I put this tongue in your mouth, but it ain't going anywhere else.
Oh, that's great. All right. Perhaps
I'm a shit boyfriend. Nobody should ever date me.
No. Well, are you just going to cheat on people like this bitch?
Nah, I'm too lazy to cheat. That's why I don't cheat.
Yeah, I mean, that's
people don't refrain from cheating because they're happy with their partners. They refrain from cheating because it's a lot of work.
I think men refrain from cheating because it's a lot of work. Like, I don't think men are as hard work as a partner. I seriously doubt it.
No. Well, it depends on the dude, but honestly, I do cheat. I do cheat. No, I don't, Kristen. I do refrain from cheating because I'm happy with Kristen, and it's see, the reason isn't because I don't think I place emotional value in sex as deeply, but like the reason isn't isn't just. I mean, it is partially because I'm afraid of being caught, right? Like if I were caught cheating, it would devastate her.
Yeah.
And I would feel terrible if I had done something that devastated her. Like I actually care about her. So
I mean,
all of those things really culminate into, hey, don't cheat.
do you think that this woman that, okay, she thinks she can get away with it easily enough and whatever, maybe she can. But do you think that to her, the consequence
I gotta address this. Or is it because she pays more than half the rent, says Joys of Sorrow. She doesn't pay more than half the rent, you piece of shit.
She doesn't pay anything.
However, the percentage...
works for Babe. You think she gets money?
No, she's talking about Kristen.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't pay more than half the rent. Also, her paying more than half the rent or being in a position where she could pay more than half the rent, would increase the likelihood of me not cheating exponentially. Yeah.
This is a man who desperately wants a sugar mama.
There's still I do. I'm a non-gender conformist.
You want to be a stay-at-home dad without the children.
Exactly. I don't want to do nothing but play video games all day.
And with some sort of house servant. Maybe
Work
not
is
a housemaid
terrible.
In case you accidentally slip, fall, and fuck them.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody realized it, but I'm not a fan of soulless careerism.
No.
If I thought that a YouTube career could work,
someone just called me a rasclat.
I think I'd do it. Hashtag a rasclat.
Rasclat. A bumcloth. Well, arscloth. And bumberclat.
But.
Pat, pat, pat. I love that guy. He's so funny. I honestly don't. We just a random point, but he made a video responding to people talking to him, and someone went 2 + 3. That's quick math, and he said, "Yeah, that is what that means. That is what that number adds up to, whatever it was." As if he couldn't remember that that's what he'd said. I think he might actually be that stupid.
I haven't seen any of that shit. I know what you're talking about.
Hilarious.
I know what you're talking about vaguely because it got brought up in somebody's video or something. But
you should watch it. I think it would make you laugh.
Anyway, cheating does take way too much effort.
Yeah.
So that's the first line of defense. The fact that I have to do a lot. What the fuck, dude?
I just accidentally swallowed a mint, but it went down the wrong hole. So now I have really minty lungs.
That's what she said. I don't know. That's not what she said. Anyway,
do you think there's a condition called cum lung?
But yeah, see, that's oh god, oh god. I think that is the first line of defense for me, though. I mean, really, honestly, even if I saw a woman, I was like, I am really, really tempted to cheat on Kristen with this woman. I'd be like, oh man, but then I'd have to lie about it, and then I'd have to balance, the two things. I'd have to go out of my way to please a new person. I've already got my hands full with one. It's just too much work. Cheating is just too much work.
What the fuck is this, people? You'll see it in 15 seconds. Just... fuck's sake. It should have come up now.
Fuck's
sake.
That's the thing. I can't see this stuff through the Hangout.
Yeah, I know. I apologize.
So just so people know.
I think
I'm looking at the
screen sharing might be a thing. I don't know.
Present. You can present, but
right,
I don't know.
I'm not going to do that because I can't be asked.
That's okay.
I think it looks nice. Let's continue.
We've done it multiple times before. I know. What's wrong with your memory?
We've not done it in this format of the Hangout.
That's true. It would show up in that little window. I'm sure.
Right.
Moving on.
As for the rest of us, it's easy enough to hide. Yeah. If you don't give a fuck about the consequences of hurting someone, if you don't give a fuck about their feelings, but we've been through that.
Yeah, I mean, you can get away with it. That's not a good argument for that's doing it.
Why?
It's easier to get away with the murder, so basically there's no real problem with it.
Yeah, murder isn't bad because I can get away with it. Okay. So say you're going out with friends. Tell them you're spending a weekend at home or away. Tell the person you're cheating with that you don't want to attend social functions. And then change their name in your phone to a girl's or guy's, depending on which way you swing. Change it to your mom's. I don't care. Except when you're okay. Oh, you got a text message from your mum, or it might be
Yeah,
important. I
that'll
really
bring up
want to
the
suck on
question.
your tits.
That'll bring up some issues.
That would be great. Yeah. And again, the fact that you can get away with it isn't the sole reason you should do it. There are lots of reasons. To me, there are more reasons not to do it than there are to do it. Even if I wanted to, which I don't, because, oh God, women are hard enough effort as it is. Can you imagine having
These are things these are things you struggle with in high school.
Yeah. Yeah. Kids
You
are
should struggle with only in high school.
not looking for anything. Oh, shit. This is like her Tinder profile or some shit like that. You'd think she'd pick something flattering. I'm a drunk and a whore. Text me. I guess
it's a good profile picture. Yeah, it's a good profile picture for Tinder.
If you're worried about them seeing you on Tinder, don't be. Ask them why they're on it in the first place. And if a friend sees
Turn
you...
it around on them. Turn it around on them. What a bitch.
What an absolute bitch.
If they see you on Twitter, be like, what are you on Tinder for?
Or someone puts up their word.
You know why you're on Tinder? You're on Tinder for the same reason I'm on Tinder. Hot or not. It's like a game.
Hot or not is like something that people do. And that's kind of basically a fine reason to do it. If you then take the next step and go out fucking people... I mean, I wouldn't because it's not something that interests me. But again... She's just...
Why does the excuse change if a friend sees you? Say your account is old. Why can't you just say that to your boyfriend?
Well, if a friend sees you, the excuse has... Oh, well, I see.
Wouldn't you want why would you want a different excuse for your friends?
Yeah, I mean, make sure you have like an old picture.
Make a solid excuse. It's got to be an old picture too.
Oh. It keeps the one you're dating interested. It keeps the one you're dating interested. No.
How?
It doesn't. There's no easier way to get bored of someone than by dating them. People, they're just these facile...
They're modes of entertainment for her.
Yeah.
So he's a sociopath.
She eventually gets bored of them.
She says, nobody wants to date someone who doesn't have their own life. Having your own life means fucking other people. Like, that's the only way you can get there.
Oh, she needs a hobby.
Yeah.
Try knitting.
Yeah, have you tried knitting? Have you tried Netflix? Actually, no, it says she watches Netflix, so she probably considers that.
Start a book club with your stupid friends.
Yeah, but let's be fair. What are the chances she actually... Like, the whole thing she said about 25 people. No one said that to her. No one has ever said that to her. She made that up in her head. Because no one fucking likes her. She's that cunt who everyone she's ever dated, she's cheated on. So she's definitely dated people who had friends that were friends of their partner. And so when you're friends with someone and then the one who does the fucking over is usually the one that gets like, oh, you're an asshole actually, aren't you?
She comes across as that, she'd get pissed off if someone cheated on her.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Because, no, I do this to you. You don't do this to me. That kind of shit. What are you doing, Ed?
There's a lot of men like that.
There are people like that, and they're generally considered bad people. When they write articles about it, people go on the internet, start hangouts, and take the piss out of them.
This isn't a well-received article, but the thing is that's one of the things about these articles like this is that they're kind of brilliant.
Yeah,
like this article will get clicks, it will get views, and it'll make them money. And I'm happy for it to do it because honestly, they're fucking hilarious. So I support the system. I don't care.
Seriously, dating someone is similar to moving in. I mean, not really, but usually I think serious dating comes when you move in, doesn't it?
You can't just unmove in with someone you're seeing. I feel like you can.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you get a house and you just go. I mean, usually that means you've broken up, but that's fine.
You could do it without breaking up.
I've
actually known people who have done that. They're like, you know what? It's just more fun when we're not living together.
Though, like proper, like 40s and 50-year-olds who are getting back into dating, who have their own house and that.
Yeah,
they do that. They have their own house, so they just separate.
Well, yeah, older people will have long-term relationships with people and never live in the same house for the rest of the time because they both got nice houses that they like to live in, which is fine. I think unmoving in.
I think it's probably ideal. It might actually be ideal. I mean, when you have kids, it's kind of not right, but outside of that, I'm like,
I would totally have separate.
If we had all the money in the world, I would think we would probably be better having separate places and just spending, a certain amount of time with each other and then just fucking off to our respective places. I don't know if she agrees with that, but I feel like it would be cool.
I think that's where sort of your man caves and that sort of come in.
Yeah, then you carve out a part of the house that is yours.
There's definitely a huge benefit to having some space individually of each other. But yeah.
We usually just stay in the same room and ignore each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Who said that? That was just the worst, I'm sorry. You're either going to spend the rest of your lives together or you're going to split. Those are literally the only two options. With decades of time ahead of you, why rush into pushing other people out? Okay, well then don't date exclusively. And that's why moving in together, that's why seriously dating and moving in together is not the same thing.
You don't have to date people, you can just see them.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're anti-monogamy. That's fine. That's perfectly acceptable in today's. You don't have to betray someone to achieve that goal. Yeah. Like all you're doing is making an argument against monogamy. It's not a new argument. It's not an interesting argument. It's just hey, maybe you shouldn't be dating people exclusively. It doesn't make sense with how you feel. So don't.
But if you feel the need to lie to people, you're a bad person. You just are. There's no good reason to lie to someone, really. Unless it's about how their cat died and, you woke up and you fell down and headbutted the cat to death. It happens. And so instead, the story you spin is about a washing machine that got out of control and destroyed half a village, and the only way to save it was by throwing the cat at it. But
what the fuck you want?
Yeah. We've all been there.
We've all been there. See? He knows.
Well, I don't get it. It's like, why didn't she just say, like, yeah, I may be with you for a while, but then I'll probably move on to someone else because that's just who I am. But, and they'll go, I'm not, and just say, like,
plenty of people do that, though.
While I'm with you, it will be serious, but I'm not going to be with you for long. That's all you need to say to them. And if they go, well, no, I don't want that, or the other person go, yeah, I don't mind that.
The thing...
those kind of arrangements never work out. Like, honestly, it's so funny to me.
She doesn't want them to work out.
Yeah, but see, but that's the thing. It's like, why would I waste any of my time? I never understood that. Because...
She's a bad investment.
No, but you'll see it on Tinder. You'll see it on. By the way, women don't know how to use Tinder. I've made this argument before, but it really pisses me off because most women, she's using it correctly, except for
to get
she's
laid.
Cheating.
Yeah,
but she's using it correctly. She shouldn't be cheating, obviously, and fucking people over. But she's using it to get laid, and that's what it's for.
It's a hookup app.
Yeah. But I haven't never fucking seen any of these girls here down in Orlando. I've never seen them. It's all like if you're looking for a hookup, then you better swipe left. Well, I am looking for a hookup. Log
and
off.
So are you.
Delete your account, you stupid bitch. And also, yes, they are too. They are actually. They just don't. Society makes them not say it.
I'm a whore. I just don't want you to treat me well. I do kind of want you to treat me like a whore, but I don't want you to act like you know that I'm a whore.
I think it's more if you got a 6-pack, drive a nice car, and live in a reasonable house, then yeah. I would be happy to do that, but if you don't have that, no, I'm not in for a hookup. That's what it's basically.
I have none of those things, and I've still been able to hook up with these girls. It's not that difficult. They just want to try to weed out the creeps that way, but they don't because everybody knows that
you're there.
because I'm there. Yeah, and I'm like, so you're gonna hook up, aren't you?
Moving
I mean,
in.
I'm moving in.
Moving in on their bitches. I had something to say, but I've forgotten what it was, so we'll move on. Blah, 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 blah.
I hope
Literally,
and assume you know this by now.
All right. I hope and assume that you know this by now, but guys want whoever is least interested in them.
This isn't true. It's not true. It's
What was
just
that?
a lie.
What was that bird that you're following around and she just wasn't interested in you?
Following around. Thank you for making that sound all kinds of
Yeah,
fucked
but
up.
she wasn't interested, so you gave up.
There was someone I was interested in. I wasn't fucking following her around. Jesus Christ. I had an interest in her. We hooked up a couple of times, but then I realised that she was very nonchalant about the whole thing, and I realised I was like, that was making me more into her. At which point I went, oh, okay, never mind, and I just stopped because that's not healthy. And I think most people, when they realise they get in that weird kind of, because it does happen, someone playing hard to get and that kind of stuff can make them more appealing. Like, what have they got that makes me more interested in them? Kind of shit.
No.
Has that never happened to you? It happened to me once.
No. Hard to get is like the dating part. You're right. Like, so what she's saying is, once you're dating, it's impossible to keep playing hard to get unless you actively work towards making yourself unavailable. Hard to get is the first part.
She's a conqueror. Yeah. That's what she is. She likes the conquering of someone.
Well, that's...
And then that's it. She's not interested in them anymore.
I mean, once you're dating someone, it's finally over. And it's better.
The hunt, as it were, is an exciting and interesting part of...
yeah, but you get over it. Like, you get out of that mode at some point.
But
she's like, how old are the people that she's dating?
The thing is, her hunt is probably super fucking easy. Because she puts up a thing with her fucking being a pisshead, half-naked hooker. And she still gets people interested in her.
She's female.
Exactly.
That's all she needs.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's got a vagina. There's no hunt. She gets hunted, and she enjoys it.
She enjoys that part of it, and it's not the same thing, I don't think.
See, I'm kind of not there anymore, but I used to be there. You know, I used to like really enjoy the chase and the hunt until the chase and the hunt got tired.
Yeah.
So, like, presumably, that'll happen to her, and she will forever have this fucking article.
Why have fast food burgers when you have steak at home? And it's like, are you comparing my partner's vagina to steak? That's just horrible.
That's not. Yeah, that's not right.
That's not good.
More like fish tenders.
When you break up, you still have yourself.
Oh my god!
And isn't that the saddest part of this entire thing?
This is in your 40s and alone, crying.
She's going to update this article. When you break up, you still have your cats. Jesus. In the end, you're going to date a lot of people. Maybe.
Notice how we haven't gotten to the issue of betrayal yet. We're just giving all these reasons that monogamy is stupid.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten to the point where she actually enters into these monogamous relationships and then betrays them.
I don't think... Does she even say it?
I think so at some point.
All right, okay. It carries on past that. Yeah, in the end, you're going to date a lot of people and you're going to marry almost none of them.
I'm going to marry none of them.
Yeah.
So take that.
No one's going to marry you, darling.
None of them.
No one's going to marry you because you are untrustworthy. You basically wrote an article about it. You will never be trustworthy at this point.
There's going to be a certain point, though, isn't there, where people know your reputation.
Just put it on the line.
If you want a quick shag, we'll go to her. And she ends up being town bike.
Yeah. She's the internet's bike. But how many of your friends and interests are you going to shelve while placing them first, only to realise you're boring and impossible to date afterwards? You were always boring, darling. You were just young enough to be attractive at that point to a certain type of man.
Some serious.
Who says you have to shelve your friends and interests?
No
what kind
one.
of relationship are you in?
Well, that's the other thing. She's obviously going for the wrong kinds of men.
Right. I mean, she said friends and interest. I guess when your interest is fucking, anybody who wants to,
Fucking everybody and
that
then
gets
fucking
in the way
them
of
over.
relationships. Yeah, like, I mean that's definitely going to get in the way of a relationship if my interest is fucking people I don't know all the time.
I mean, we know people who at first seemed interesting, and then it's after a while you realise that all they're into is sex, and it's like, oh, can we talk about something else? I'm quite into video games. I'm quite into movies. I'm quite into other things. There's only so many times that you can talk about which sexual positions you enjoy before you're like, oh, there's nothing else to you, is there? You are just a two-dimensional character.
I went to that party and bloke put porn on. And he's like, this is the only thing he's into. It's just porn.
God, that was so fucking
And
awkward.
he's like, oh, this is funny, and put it on, and we just sat there listening to
He didn't say it was funny. He just put it on.
I thought it was funny. You were really uncomfortable.
Oh God, I was like, seriously, what the fuck? Are we gonna? Like,
I've known people.
I've known.
I've known people like that too. It makes no sense. They make no sense.
No. Porn is for alone time.
Yeah. I'm even a little awkward watching porn with Kristen sometimes. I'm starting to warm up to it because she's into porn.
Yeah.
But it's a little weird.
It's definitely weird, but
it's because I've never done that. I've never really done that with a girl. I usually keep porn to myself.
I was with a girl who liked me to film us and then watch it while we were doing it, and that was weird.
You keep looking at yourself and you're like, oh man.
Oh God, that guy is just fat. Oh,
I don't like the way I look.
Yeah.
So Odd Job is getting ahead of the game, and this is definitely the part of the article that I think is the funniest. Guys don't want you to sleep with other people because it's the only thing they have that we don't. What the fuck does that even mean?
What? Guys don't want you to sleep with other people because it's the only thing they have that we do. What?
What?
That isn't even... What? How do you not... You can sleep with other people and you cannot sleep...
I don't understand.
That's
I don't
not
understand
a sentence.
What you mean.
She's saying that women have the ability to sleep around, but men don't.
No, I think she thinks that men have the ability to...
I have no idea.
I
mean, she's assuming that men are cheating. Is that why she cheats on men? Because she assumes that they do it too?
Yeah, they always do.
She's got some serious self-esteem issues. She really has.
Yeah, way too much of it, apparently.
I just don't understand. I do not understand this sentence. And she goes, once you rise above that...
dating someone, they're going to cheat on me eventually anyway. So I might as well cheat on them first.
She's not saying that. I don't know if she's even saying that. I have literally no idea what that sentence means.
That sentence could mean anything because there's no fucking context. It could mean a lot of things.
And she says once you rise above that, they realize that they lost their grip on that leash they thought was so tight.
That makes even less sense.
So what is the thing that we have that the girls don't?
Guys think it's okay for men to sleep around, but it's not okay for women to sleep around.
Maybe, but she's not even making that clear.
Once a man sleeps with a woman, he's claimed her, and she's not allowed to do anything, but he's allowed to continue.
I mean, let's be fair. Every woman I've ever had sex with is now mine. Even if they've gone on for other relationships, they're my territory. Well, I pissed on that lamppost.
Most of your exes went with someone else who looked like you. So.
That was fucking weird.
And for our women being monogamous is having them on a leash. So what is men being monogamous? Is that not going to be translated the same way?
Yeah. That's the whole point of monogamy.
I sent her a message on Twitter because her DM's open.
Wanna smash?
I said, do you want to go on a date? I just feel like I can trust you. She didn't respond though.
I really want to send Wanna Smash.
Everybody just sent no. I can't say that because that's harassment.
No, yeah.
But if everybody
just don't
wants
interact
to,
with her, she's
if
clearly
everybody
mental.
was to just ask her, Just slide into her DMs.
Slide into those DMs deep and hard.
I mean, she wants attention, so
Clearly.
maybe I'm telling you this because college is behind me and most of those ties are broken anyway. I didn't love any of the people. Well, there you go.
Well,
But you're a love addict.
I'm a love addict, but I don't know what love is.
You didn't love the people you cheated with, and you never went on a date with them in the future. But ultimately, they taught me more about myself. To touch it, that you're kind of a slut.
You are a whore.
I mean, you can tell that she doesn't really like her boyfriends either. Like, she doesn't seem to like the boyfriend either. She's not saying
like
it.
Herself. That's what it comes
Well,
to me. It's like she's so like she has no like any self-respect whatsoever. So she just projects it outwards. So it's not. I'm not the problem. I'm not the problem. You're the problem.
We've got some fun comments.
Yeah.
You're not a love addict. I sincerely doubt someone as sociopathic as you is capable of experiencing or comprehending what love actually is. You're a narcissist, utterly devoid of empathy or decency, with a short attention span.
The attention span thing really shows in the writing too, because there's no clear definition of anything.
I wish I could like this comment multiple times. Oh, that shit's great. Yeah, there's congratulations, empty soulless vessel, level 50 unlocked. Harsh. Love this story for being so honest. I too have cheated in every relationship I've had, and it's a guy.
I do. Yeah.
I kind of want to click on these names, but I also kind of don't in the stream because I don't know how people would feel about that. But it exists. It's there.
I feel like if it's a comment on a public thing, you can click the link, but
I'm not gonna.
No.
I've been cheated on by every single guy I've ever been with because I was too nice. I bet you fucking weren't. I bet you were an asshole. And if you were, I mean, everyone who thinks that they're too nice, like I can't remember who put it, but you know, people aren't telling you they're not going to date you and saying, "Oh, you're a nice person," but when someone says you're a nice person, but it's much like if they say, "I'm not racist, but." You're a nice person, but means you're actually not that nice.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then of course when you say, "I hope someone hurts you as bad as you've hurt all these men," there's a little bit of not niceness in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I hope she just stops doing it, but she won't, and it doesn't matter because if a dude's fucking a chick with that tattoo, he should know better.
I hope you catch something.
Oh, come on, she's already caught something. She's caught a hooker. I hope, and it leaves you infertile.
Oh my God.
You don't deserve love. These poor men you've been with don't deserve to have had such a horrible woman in their lives. God damn. Love is trust, and if you breach that trust, you have nothing. So rationalize it however you like. People like you who seek the dopamine rush of sex addiction and instant gratification are part of everything that's wrong with the world these days. I feel sorry for you, as you will never know true love. Boring.
But then, you know, I know it's always these little Facebook posts that are so like overly emotional.
I just like the people who meme and take the piss and make good jokes. Ooh, just knee that. But yeah, that is that was an interesting article to say the least. Let's leave it on a shot of her looking ever so lovely.
God, I can't get over the forehead. Oh my God.
It was the nose that I got drawn into.
Leave it there long enough to try to.
She's got quite a large forehead, really.
Leave it there long enough for everybody to leave.
For it to hopefully be a thumbnail.
I hadn't thought of that, but that's a really good idea.
That's why you don't have to actually make a thumbnail. You can just
I never make thumbnails for this.
Neither do I.
I leave them and they just do what they do. I thought I did do it for a while. Like I tried anyway, and it just became too much of a pain in the ass. Right, I'm gonna knock that down. We had another thing, didn't we? Oh, right. Let's. I forgot about that. That's still amazing. Sir Sic, love advice stream. I mean, it's you haven't put it in the format. It has to be 16 by 9, otherwise don't bother.
Is that Fergie?
I have no idea who that woman is. I don't know who people are. I don't pay attention to anything ever. Yeah. Oh, you sent me the link. It was in Hangouts, wasn't it? So there's oh yeah, I know what it was now. It's this. I cheated on my boyfriend with my rapist. Now that is a fun article.
Oh, this is hard. It's a hard one to read, honestly. I don't know.
It is pretty hard to read. Especially with the raging No.
This one hurts a little bit.
I have to wonder, you ordered food when we started this stream, and we've been...
It's delayed. It says 4:14 now, which... I don't know. I guess they're busy. Uber Eats is busy. Luckily, it's not a hot sub. It's a cold sub.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about it going cold.
I am going to have to leave you with Miss Sic because I need the toilet. And so
make me read.
Well, I'm going to make one of you read and
I'm
at
really
least
shit
discuss.
at reading.
You don't have to read. Ed can read. I read most of the last one.
It isn't Ed and Sic stream, so...
Yeah. BRB.
Well, you're Miss Sic, so you're sick.
Technically.
The point is, you're sick. Everything was black until it wasn't. Actually, I don't know if you're... Are you showing... You're showing it, okay. All right. Everything was black until it wasn't. Coming to felt like swimming up from the... This one writes better, at least.
Yeah.
She's a better writer. Well, so I'm going to skip it because I don't care for the poetry.
We have to
when
go
I
down
reached the surface, I only found... I was on my stomach on the air mattress on the dorm room of my floor. A man crushed me from above, thrusting... Oh, man, I'm getting hard. Thrusting into me roughly from behind. With a blurry glimpse over my shoulder, I registered the face of a close friend's... Oops, now you move down and I can't because I'm reading off of that. Hold on, I'm going to read it off
at the top.
Lord.
Can you see it?
It's I can only view it through the the actual stream. I can't see it.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'm gonna read it from mine. Where was it? Anyway, she was getting ass fucked by some random dude. I registered the face of a close friend's brother. My laden brain. Leaden brain? What does that word mean?
Leaden. It might be like heavy. Heavy head.
Oh, heavy or slow. Okay. All right. Leaden. I don't know why I didn't know that word. Anyway, brain slowly grinding back to full consciousness. She got raped. How did I get here? Did I say yes to this? Wow. That's such an interesting question. Did I say yes to this? I did my best to piece the fractured night together so she was drunk. Last thing I remembered was arriving.
Some drug, yeah.
I haven't read this one all the way through, so I'm.
I know your attention span is like a goldfish in it, so.
Yeah, it is. The last thing I remember was arriving at a beach-themed frat party with my roommate. You know what? I think that's like a lesson. Just don't go to those things. Don't go to frat parties. Apparently, they're all rapists. Me several shots during our pregame and convinced me to forgo a shirt for a bikini top. Evidently, other friends noticed that I was dangerously drunk, and one deposited me in the common room of her dorm to sleep it off, along with her brother, who was visiting that weekend. Wow.
Okay.
I'll never. This is starting to feel like it might not even be a rape.
Dangerously drunk. One night deposited me in the common room. I mean, considering the nature of the title of the article, it's hard to think that it would have been.
Yeah. Evidently, the other friends noticed that I was dangerously drunk. Where was I? Brother was visiting the weekend. I'll never forget my roommate's blasé response when I told her that I'd come to during intercourse with a relative stranger. So you had your first one night stand. Don't you feel cooler? I felt numb. I seized her words like a life raft that would float me to a less intolerable outcome.
I don't know.
I retained
like,
so free. See, this stuff is.
It depends what type of drunk she is, though. Like
It's like maybe this was a rape, but you can't remember whether or not it was a rape.
Like when I get drunk, I become incredibly flirty, especially towards women. But I become incredibly flirty.
You become sexually aggressive.
Yeah, and so because I know what I'm like when I'm drunk, I can sort of piece together what the outcome of things afterwards.
We've had sex that you can't remember that you initiated whilst drunk.
I go, well, yeah, that sounds like me when
but
I'm drunk.
I was drunk as well.
Is that a rape? Don't you think by the way we're quantifying rape now that Miss Sic can accuse you of it?
To be fair, if anybody raped anybody, I was like, I guess. And she was like, fuck me!
Yeah.
But according to the rules,
if she can't remember
me
it.
being the rapist.
Yeah, because I know what I'm like when I'm drunk, so...
Look, just because I had to cry afterwards doesn't mean I was the one who was violated. Yeah, that seems to be... If you can't remember... That's the problem. And it is a shaky issue. Like, I'm not going to say that she wasn't. But at the same time, she's got to admit that she could well have initiated this stuff. Easily.
Kristen's in the chat. Hey, Kristen, instead of telling lies about me, why don't you fucking take off work and come home so that I can have my debit card?
Yeah, otherwise he has to hit you.
Fucking bitch.
He has to get drunk and hit you.
She
fucking
stole my money. She stole my money. Big Tal was right.
Don't you have services where you don't need your debit card?
Yep, that's why I'm getting Uber Eats.
That's why
but they're late. They're late.
Do they bring beer with them and smokes?
No.
Well, fuck Uber Eats then. Useless.
Yeah, you know why don't they? That's a fucking that's a fucking service that everybody wants.
It should come with. Like, here's your food and your free beer and cigarettes.
Complimentary.
Free beer and cigarettes. And my phone's fucking dying because I've been waiting for so long for this shit. Hang on, I'm gonna step away. You guys keep going.
Okay.
Or just be entirely silent until I come back.
I can't do it. In an attempt to shake off the surreal, creeping dread, I told myself things like, those shots were a bad idea. Probably.
Oh, God. Me on shots.
Oh, God. You on shots.
I'm so violent.
We were at a friend's house, and you had more shots than you should have had.
God,
Same amount as everyone else, but they completely fucking wrecked you.
I had loads of... I had cider, and I had vodka beforehand, and then I had, like, I think it's like 6 or 7 shots.
Yeah.
In very short space of time.
Yeah. But, yeah, so she got very drunk, and uncontrollably so. So he took you upstairs and like, okay, we can have a lie down and you can have some sleep. And you had a delightful vomit. And then nobody could hear you because we were all downstairs having a good time. And you come down and kick the door in practically and started screaming at me. Which I did not take well. And yeah, we scared the shit out of our friends because we're both very in your face when we argue. And yeah.
Yeah, I'm not allowed shots anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't. It's not, and this isn't something that I've told her she can't do. She just won't do.
No, I was an absolute
Holy
arsehole.
shit, Cat! Get the fuck off of my computer, you little asshole! I'm just gonna fucking jump on top of my PC because I'm a fucking dick.
That's why you don't have cats.
Don't have cats. Don't have kids. Don't have partners.
Yeah, I'm an absolute arsehole on shots, so I choose not to have them. I'm a responsible drinker.
Yeah. So shots were a bad idea, but I needed to blow off steam, and I've only slept with 2 boyfriends before. Maybe I really was due for a one-night stand, and besides, what 21-year-old college girl hasn't had a night like this? But I didn't say any of that to my friends, family, or therapist for fit. You already have a therapist.
21. I have a therapist. That's kind of the culture we're in now, man.
You've got to have a therapist.
A lot of people have therapists just for like getting
mostly
confidence
women
and things like that. So
yeah, it's not a therapy because they want someone who's paid to listen to them, so that they don't go, "Oh, I'm sick of your shit," and leave.
Yeah, I'd never had a therapist in my whole life. I was taken to one as a kid. Those never worked out.
Look, those cats deserve to die.
I was thinking, I just see a very young Ed, like with a bottle of whiskey and a fag in his mouth,
smoking and spitting.
What, bitch?
Fuck do you want?
I don't care.
I don't give a shit about your feelings, bitch.
Reels over field, nigga. I didn't get along with the therapy, with the idea of therapy, and I can't see the point in it now, because I'll just fucking ramble online. I'll go on Twitter, and that'll be my therapy.
Internet is great therapy. Talking to anyone is usually, as long as they're reasonably sort of brain-isn't, cognizant.
Yeah, why pay a stranger?
Yeah.
I kind of get it. I understand the concept. I just
unless you're really fucked up, it's not something it's definitely not something that everybody needs.
I think maybe I could benefit from it though. Maybe I haven't thought it through.
I think everybody could in a certain degree, but it depends how badly things bother you in your normal daily life, innit?
I prefer having money in my pocket.
You've got a therapist. My problem is money.
I don't have enough money. Help.
Fire me.
Yeah. Fire me, leave a good review. Gave me the best advice I've ever had.
I paid for one session.
I didn't pay for that. I charged back.
I had to talk to therapists during my early years. Like I was like 17 years old, and I was already drinking whiskey and smoking fags. Because I was in a drug court program because I got caught smoking weed. So I got caught, and they threw me in this thing where instead of sending you to jail right away, they tried to give you just a whole bunch of counseling.
Well, they were we're going to have to send you to jail, son. And you went, wait, I'm white.
Yeah, exactly. Even though there were black people all over
the
this
same
program.
thing, yeah.
But yeah, it was so I had drug counseling for a problem that didn't exist.
You've smoked weed once?
Yeah.
Or even
you know, it's funny. During the counseling, I didn't smoke weed at all, but because I smoked cigarettes and that wasn't going to stop, I actually did end up going to jail like multiple times. I was in and out of juvenile hall a lot back then. And it was, ironically, it was all attached to this original drug charge. But the reasons I kept going back in was they keep catching me, smelling like cigarettes, smoking cigarettes, ditching school, things like that were like a violation.
They put you in jury prison for smoking cigarettes, which are legal.
Well, basically, it's like violating probation. It's kind of how it was.
You're not allowed to do certain things under it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I can't quit smoking. I can't just quit smoking. Fuck off, dude. I've been doing it since I was like 13.
Like, how is this therapy supposed to help? Well, you just go cold turkey. There you go. That's how therapy works.
Dude, it just didn't. Well, yeah, I mean, the therapy was a part of it, but the therapists weren't the. There's therapist and then there's case manager, who's the guy on the legal end of it, making sure you follow all the rules, piss testing you all the time. I passed every piss test because I was paranoid. I was too paranoid. I didn't want to risk it like some of these other idiots did. They thought they could get away with it, and they kept going into juvie for that. Confused. But the cigarettes was a thing I could not stop. So I had this habit of like hiding the cigarettes and like putting cologne on and trying to smell. But every now and then I get caught, And every now and then I do a day
no
here.
one, no
I
one
do
who
a couple
smokes
days.
realizes how much it smells until you stop.
Yeah, it's an addiction that is so hard to drop. It's kind of insane to expect, a young kid to do that.
Did they need to find cigarettes on you in order to? Because they couldn't.
No,
I hope they weren't able to
No.
throw you in from the smell.
they were able to throw you in from the smell.
That's fucking bullshit. What if you live with someone who smokes?
Well, I did, but you don't smell that strongly.
You smell.
Yeah, you do. My
No, you
sister,
don't.
my sister doesn't smoke. She lives.
She stinks of cigarettes all
Her
the time.
husband has to smoke outside, and she still stinks of it.
Yeah, but when you have fucking nicotine stained fingers and you
I
reek of
guess,
it.
yeah.
Well, how much were you smoking?
I smoked a pack a day.
Ah,
I was a smoker. I was a full-fledged smoker. I was 17 years old.
see,
I was
we
16.
smoked, but I think we were on the lighter side.
We only had like
10 roll-ups a day was tops.
No, I was a full-on smoker.
Yeah.
I smoked. I still am. So that didn't
It's
go
bizarre
away. It just
to me that I
it
used
didn't
to
go
smoke,
away.
to be
It
honest.
just became legal after a time. So did the drinking. But
yeah, that shit's stupid.
yeah, I mean, they can do
So
whatever.
you've been to baby jail.
Yeah, I've been to both jails. Honestly,
You've been to big boy jail.
I've been to big boy jail as well. Yeah.
What did you go to big boy jail for? Smoking.
First time was assaulting a.
Assaulting a police officer.
No, it was a security guard at Universal Studios. I was wasted. My drinking was out of control at a certain age, and I just couldn't not get into
God,
trouble.
why is everybody's life so much more interesting than mine?
It's not that interesting.
It's not interesting. It just.
But
happened.
this story was kind of interesting because apparently I punched the security guard, really weak, drunken, silly punch, and then when I realized I was definitely going to jail, I ran and tried to. I was like 19. I was like not even supposed to be drinking, something like that, and I tried to steal one of their little go-karts, their little golf carts. But the keys weren't in there, so I was just fumbling around in the golf cart, and they just kind of dragged me out of it and said, "Okay,
They're like,
so
come on, this is pathetic."
you're going to jail."
I wouldn't have the fucking heart to send someone to jail after that mess. You weakly, you girl tap this guard, and he's like, seriously?
The girl tap didn't actually. That got dropped. That got dropped because he didn't even bother to come. He was like, "I don't give a shit about
I'm not
this."
even going to write that down.
So you got put in prison for jail
For sitting in a
for
car.
Jail for sitting in a car.
It turned into honestly, it turned and I don't. I'm trying to remember. I don't think anything came of it. I think that that one never went on my record because I mean, it goes on the record that you were arrested, but yeah, I didn't get convicted of anything, and they dropped everything.
Oh, god damn it, man.
But then I got a DUI because I live in Florida, and that is the thing to do down here in Florida. I was also too young to even drink. I got a DUI. So yeah, I was like 20. I was almost
So
legal.
basically, everything bad you've ever done was just out of complete stupidity.
Yeah, and
I take it you've never done anything like legitimately bad. You better not.
I'm not like a criminal. I'm just a guy who gets.
You're just a Floridian.
Yeah, I did a lot of stupid shit when I was younger. I couldn't handle my liquor, and I've got some record, yeah, but I got caught for weed, and that was the longest stretch. Is because the juvie stuff was the longest stretch because I just couldn't follow the rules of the probationary thing. So I just kept going in. So what it would be like is like, oh, you're in juvie for a day. You're in juvie for 2 days. You're in juvie. Now you're doing a week. Now you're doing a couple weeks. Like the longest thing I did, I think, was 2 weeks. So
during that time period, how many times were you violently sodomized?
none.
I was doing the sodomizing.
Jail and prison are two different things.
I know.
And you become very aware of that. And jail is pretty boring. There's not really much going on.
Is that the
And you
one
just
where
kinda-
it's sort of just
We don't
a
have
room?
We don't have jails here, do we? We just
No,
have
it's
prisons.
there's a general population and all of that. It's just the
They're in
people
police
there
stations.
aren't. It's general population, Guys, are you gonna talk to each other? Or are you gonna listen to me? You little fucks. I get that you're in love and everything.
No, Ed's a fact. What?
No, I was Florida man. Yeah, I guess there is. Maybe it's the heat. Maybe there is something about. There's got to be something about Florida, right?
Do you know what? Heat. When I get very, very hot on a hot day, I start getting really fucking pissed off all the goddamn time. I am not someone who is good to deal with when I'm overheating. So I imagine that if that was just what your life was like, even if you got used to it, there's a little bit in the back of your head that just goes, fuck it all, just kill him.
Yeah.
Shoot him, do drugs.
As someone who is, this is from Clues, as someone who is in the juvenile legal system, when it comes to the recent shooter, should none of his actions be shown? All your actions are still shown on your record. They aren't necessarily going to be used for conviction on other things. Like if I had a weed charge when I was 17 and when I was 23, I don't think they could use that against me, but it's there and they can see it. So I don't know. But I mean, the shooter in Parktown, the Parktown shooting, that was a way different thing. And there was like red flag after red flag after red flag after red flag, and nobody did anything about it.
It does seem
except for now blame the NRA like directly for
blame the NRA or blame everyone else or blame there's always someone to blame. I think mental health care seems to be, it's weird. I think the problem with America is that people who need mental health care don't get it, and people who probably don't need it do.
But when you've got a history of, they call the police because he put a gun to this person's head, and then he put a gun to his mom's head, and then he fucking he even posted on social media that he was going to be a school shooter, showed all of his guns. He's too young that he should. There's a lot of laws that could probably fix this to some degree.
Florida man, lol.
Yeah, but I mean, there's all these red flags.
Thank you, Diesel.
There's so many red flags.
I'm pretty nice to people.
Don't be nice.
I'm pretty mild for Florida man. Okay, I'm just a regular Florida man. I've got a DUI when I was in my early 20s and couldn't handle my liquor.
Mm-hmm.
That's Florida man. Yeah, whatever. I tried to punch a security guard. Who hasn't tried that? Live a little, you little faggots.
The closest I've ever been to being arrested is when I didn't pay my council tax.
Yeah, companies are now like cutting ties on the NRA and everything. It's fucking. I mean, I'm not a fan of the NRA. I'm just saying, like, honestly, Dana Loesch's speech.
They'll cut their ties until it all quiets down, and then they'll just go back. It's how it always fucking works. PR is bullshit.
Yeah. What else happens when a mass shooting happens? Is gun sales go way up.
I mean, do you think that we should arm all the teachers?
No, I think that's no. Trump likes likes taking the dumbest, craziest fucking path whenever there's.
Most people have the response to that, even from people who are pro-gun, is like, that's probably not a good idea. I had a lot of teachers who would have happily shot me.
I do have the image in my head of someone coming through a school with a gun, and then they go into a classroom, and a teacher turns around and goes, "Not today," and then there's
not today, motherfucker.
Two bazookas under their arms.
That would actually be amazing.
Well, I don't think they're under question because apart from the FBI dropping the ball left and right, this kid should have been on every watch list there was. The one armed resource they had there didn't even go in the building.
Yeah, that was an odd. Like, obviously, it's hard to make any judgments. You don't know what's going on, blah, 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 blah. But you do think that that's what he's supposed to do.
There's people making excuses for him that are like, wow, seriously. Like, he's not just some random guy with a gun. He's a guy
whose job. Yeah. The reason you have a gun is to do exactly that.
Yeah, I understand people get afraid, but when children are dying and you've got a gun and a badge, you should be like, there's braver teachers in there. I mean, it really serves. Like, there are braver teachers inside the building who are like guarding and, protecting these kids. And
There's definitely no way he should still have his job because he's obviously incapable of doing it.
I do believe in armed security, have more armed resources on the campuses. This happens
Well-trained.
way too much. Well trained. And, there was one guy and he just happened to be a coward. So he got fired. The department, I think, is pinning probably more on him and protecting their own asses. But Broward County isn't a place, I don't think, where this kind of stuff happens a lot either. Yeah, this is a part of Florida that, in my experience, is not very there's not a lot of crime, I don't think, in Broward. But and I've only been in that area like once in my life, but I've been there. It's a little south of where I am.
If I'm a teacher, I should have the right to be armed, but not the requirement. I think that's somewhat
Maybe.
fair.
Yeah, that's reasonable. But Trump going, all bombastic on arming teachers.
We should have an army of teachers.
They need to pay them more. How about that?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they care about the kids as much as you fucking think they do after a while. I mean, teachers are great, but I don't know if
Billy,
I don't know
Greg, Tommy, you've always pissed me off. Go stand by the door and hold it shut.
I think by the time you have tenure, you don't really give a shit about your students.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe that's not fair. I don't know.
I mean, when one of the arguments, I mean, it's not really an argument, but an observation. But the fact that Canada has a similar amount of guns and yet significantly less of this shit. It's not the guns that are the problem. There's something else, obviously. Although
I mean,
my
guns
instant
can
reaction,
be a problem. I mean, I'm not against gun reform.
My instant reaction though to that, when people go, "Oh, this doesn't happen in Canada," and I just go, "It's because you're all pussies." But
oh, God. Yeah, real men shoot up their school.
Real men kill them all. Kill all them filthy queers.
I mean, listen. We know it's happening, and there should be a response to it. We do nothing every single time. We talk about it for a little bit, and then it goes away. I respect that this time things seem to be happening, but I think we're blaming the wrong people. I don't think the NRA is a prime target for this particular situation. When we know that in almost all of these situations, the government isn't doing their job, all the government entities are failing. So maybe we should, yell at the right people.
They might not care about the kids, but do they really not care about self-preservation? Are all teachers nihilists? If I was that teacher, I'd be through that fucking window. Bye, kids. I never liked you anyway.
Well, there was a teacher who died literally protecting the kids. So maybe more. I just know that there was one story where the guy who died was, I don't know if it was a history teacher or something like that. And he died trying to close the door. So he was in there closing the door to close the kids in, and he got shot, and the door was left wide open.
So he didn't.
He didn't manage to get the door closed, but the shooter didn't walk through the door. He kept moving on, and they were hiding in like a closet in the room or something. And the kids told that story. That's pretty fucked up shit, man.
So terrifying.
It's terrifying, but yeah, I mean, it's even worse when you find out later that, I mean, imagine how these kids feel finding out later that the only person who really had the capability of stopping this dude
didn't do anything.
Pussed out.
I would be pretty fucking angry. I'll be honest.
Now, of course, he doesn't have a job now, but at the same time, it's like, now they're talking about the response team and all that. They spent too much time out there. They didn't let medical people go in and stuff like that. And I don't know what's true, but it always seems to be the case that there's a member of law enforcement. The FBI is always the first line of defense that fails miserably. Like, there was all the evidence in the world for this kid. This wasn't a mystery. This wasn't a secret from the people who knew him. They were all afraid that he was going to do something to them.
Yeah.
And here we go. So it's like, it's insane. And the good news is the kid's not dead. He didn't kill himself, so he gets to actually feel the full brunt of the legal system. And
I'm glad about that. I'm more glad about that just because people like that, if they manage to survive this incident, they can be analyzed. They can be, there's clearly something more to them than a normal person, as it were.
It's worth exploring.
So, because I don't believe in like sending someone who can do something like that has to be legitimately crazy. So you send them somewhere where they can just be looked at and prodded and poked. Like, I have very little empathy for that kind of person. Like,
Yeah.
we need to figure out how to make that not happen again. And it isn't just about locking them up or having them executed. We've strayed.
Might as well abandon.
Let's go back to
article.
rape.
I don't.
Let's go back to rape.
I don't care about it now.
You don't care about rape.
Here's the thing about this story I remember is that there is an element of sympathy that I have for this person.
Yeah.
People like it. I don't know about her though, because it just doesn't sound like a rape.
It doesn't.
It sounds like a blackout thing, and it might be a rape, it might not be a rape. It's just like it's one of those, you know.
Those
it's
are
not
nice legs though.
It's
not her legs. This is just random.
Just saying.
It's just random pictures of legs for some reason.
It's the classic thing. If you can't remember what happened, you don't know it's a rape, and it's as simple as that. And I'm sorry that you feel bad. And the reason why people go, you know, well, maybe you shouldn't have had so much to drink. That's not victim blaming. That's irresponsibility blaming. You were irresponsible.
That was one of the things I said is men take precautions all the time for things like this. We actively take precautions all the time. Women do too. But why is it so fucking damning for us to bring up the possibility of a woman taking preventative measures?
Yeah.
Like, we don't want them to get raped, and we're not like delusional. We don't think that saying rape is bad is enough to stop rape from happening. So preventative measures are pretty good. Not getting blackout drunk is a really good preventative measure.
Like, I don't know. I have a sort of idea of a point that I'm not sure if it's going to come out as anything, but when I used to go out drinking, there's this long walkway near where I live that makes it easy to go home, but also complete dickheads hang out on it. And my female friends would often tell me not to walk on it alone. And
yeah,
I just sort of find that interesting in a way that it's okay. And I was really glad for them to say it, because it made me more cautious than I otherwise would have been. But
I got called racist for saying that I wouldn't go for a stroll down some random street in Compton. I got called racist.
It's not about the fact that it's black people, it's about the fact that it's violent. There are violent streets.
Oh, you know, it matters that they're black. It matters that they're black because it's going to matter that I'm white when I'm walking down that street.
I've been down streets that are primarily filled with white people, and it didn't matter what color you were. It's still a horrible place where I got started on and all that shit.
I live in Florida. There's bad black neighborhoods.
There's a big difference. I can't remember who said it, but there is a big difference between black English people and black Americans. Black English people are just English people 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Whereas black Americans are usually African Americans, and it's all very important to them.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's a clip doing the rounds, and it's this bitch going, you know. It's this group of people, and like the guy said, "Oh yeah, I got offered a knighthood, but I refused," or something like that, because, and the things that the English did to black people, and my first thought was, freed the slaves, ended slavery. Oh, I'm so fucking sorry.
Whatever. Honestly,
your country is infecting our black people. Stop it. They were cool. They used to be really cool. And now...
Careful now.
Now they're inflecting. What's really funny is that there's...
Here's the thing, man. Bottom line is if I'm in a predominantly black neighborhood that is known for high crime or whatever, and I am white, there is probably a bigger chance than if I'm walking through a predominantly white neighborhood where there is a lot of crime. There's probably a bigger chance in the black neighborhood that I'm going to be singled out and killed. I would not last walking down the street in Compton. So you know what you'll never find? You'll never find out that my dead body was located in Compton because I'm not going there. I know not to go there. That's why I use Compton, because it's just notoriously famous for.
See, my trick is just not go outside.
Yeah, just never go outside.
Because I think all people are out to get me.
It's not really my trick, but it's how it works out anyway. Hang on a sec. I'm gonna step away for a sec.
I think his food came.
No, it didn't. I have to check where it's at.
Oh, you're such a useless little turd. Most women I know are in the same mindset as y'all. It is honestly this vocal minority perpetuates.
Is this shit ever gonna fucking come?
Yeah. When did you order it? It was before we started, wasn't it?
Yeah, dude, it's gotten delayed like
no,
3
it was
times.
like 50. You like ordered it when
I might not even get this food.
I think he's eaten it.
No, I haven't eaten.
Oh man.
Well, the driver ate it. He's like, oh shit, go make another one. Made another one and ate that one too.
He's eventually going to turn up going, oh, I'm stuffed, mate. Here you go. Gives you half of one.
No, I mean, the food's made. It's just sitting there waiting for an Uber driver to pick it up.
God damn it. Again, good job it's fucking cold, eh? Was that an intentional choice? Order a cold one, they never fucking turn up.
No, honestly, it's a busy time of day, I guess. I don't know. I usually order at night.
What time is it your end?
4.
That doesn't sound like a busy time.
4:30.
No, it wasn't 4:30 when you ordered it.
No, I ordered it at... Wow, yeah, dude, I ordered it at 3.
You ordered it an hour and a half ago.
This is the longest. It might get canceled. Sometimes, when they can't find a driver, they'll cancel it. Man, I'm hungry.
So where it actually is, how far away is this food?
I had to do this because I couldn't go pick food up because Kristen took my fucking money.
Oh yeah.
How far away is it? It's not far.
Is it technically paid for?
No, they'll refund you if they cancel it.
No, but I mean,
yeah, it's paid for.
Is it paid for at the food end?
Yeah.
Or do they pay for it when they get there?
Well, you pay through Uber.
Okay.
I don't know how they do it exactly, but
I'm just wondering if you could go and pick it up and just be the Uber.
Uber doesn't just pick up food.
I know they do. They
anywhere. Specific places support Uber.
Right, so they're all linked together. Why don't you open up the Uber app, join it, accept that delivery, and go pick it up yourself? That would be one way of paying.
We'll probably wrap up, and I still won't have my food. Which,
I mean, it's getting that way. You were terribly worried about not being able to.
No, I wasn't worried about anything.
I don't care about you, sick.
Don't give a shit.
Fucking piece of shit. You fucking stupid, anxious asshole.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Anyway, are we gonna read the rape article or are we gonna skip it? Because I don't care.
I would like to find another Babe article because that was way funnier and less serious.
Yeah, this actually does get kind of serious, and it's like, honestly, there is something kind of sad about it because it's not just the cheating; it's also the fact that she felt like she had to do it to like reclaim some kind of power over her rapist, which is maybe like some kind of fucked up closure.
I want to say it's quite an extreme way to do it.
This one could be fun.
It's an extreme scenario though too, so I don't know. It's kind of hard. Yeah,
let's read. These women have real tits. We asked real girls for their kinkiest sex stories, and my God, did we underestimate them?
Same girl wrote
got double penetrated on a playground. Is it?
What?
Oh, it's the same chick. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, same chick. Yeah, because she's obsessed with love.
Oh, love. I've got 5 loves in me right now.
That's a lot of loves.
Last week, we asked girls to tell us their very first hoe stories, and the shit they told us was wild. So I guess we should have known when we decided to ask for kinkiest sex stories, the bar would be raised. But even we weren't ready for what they had to say. I keep cheating on my partners and getting away with it. That's my kink. No shaming here. Oh, yes, there will be. Just good old-fashioned fun. I don't think you know what that means. Give him a read. Kalia. I had a threesome with an ex and his dad. Fucking hell. Oh, that's not good.
We are advocates. So what did you come into? We are advocates of babe.net now. We're basically promoting the website.
It's a real log hole.
It's great.
My ex, we were together at the time, told me his dad would check my ass out every time I left his apartment and asked if I found him attractive, which I did. They had a very close relationship.
Yeah, dude, that's a close relationship. I can't imagine that relationship.
I cannot imagine a single fucking situation where I would want to fuck a chick with my dad.
I feel like that counts as incest.
Yeah, double incest.
It's so close.
It's gay as well. It's way worse than the good kind with a mum and their daughter. No.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good kind. I would jerk off to that story.
They have a very close relationship and would compare sex stories and partners. No. My dad was way more open about sex, and he would try and I'm like, Dad, I don't fucking want to know. I think he was trying. I think it was more of a bravado thing because he and my mum had split up, and then he started shagging around basically.
Yeah,
and I think that's what he was trying to prove. And I'm like, I don't fucking care. In fact, he told me this one thing, and I'm like, do you know what? I'm just gonna go poke out my mind's eye. Not good. Not fucking good. He stopped after I said that. He stopped fucking telling me because I'm like, I'm not fucking interested.
My dad knew better.
Yeah,
to talk about that stuff with me.
It's weird. Don't. Right. One day. Oh wait. Very close relationship. The topic of a threesome came up, and they were both down.
That's so weird. That's the weirdest thing. That's got to be made up.
Hey, Dad, do you want to fuck my girlfriend with me? Sure thing, son.
Anything for you.
I was gonna suggest doing some pass ball or whatever the fuck it's called.
Pass ball? What the fuck's pass?
But instead, we'll just pass our balls.
This is some Logan Paul shit. This is like what their dad probably does.
Oh God, don't.
But he's at least hoping for it. He says, "Yeah."
Oh God damn it! One day we went to his dad's apartment while his wife was working. So it's not like he's a single... More cheating. My BF grabbed me, kissed me, pulled my boobs out of my maxi dress, and shoved my face into his dad. We started making out, and then it gets even grosser. He touched me all over. I'm starting to feel sick. And my boyfriend was watching and jerking himself off to his own dad.
That's incest.
That's incest. Or this is this chick's fantasy.
The dad had to pull his dick out after the first suck because he couldn't hold it in and quickly came.
Well,
how ugly is his wife?
Well, my boyfriend was inside of me and I finished with my boyfriend. Okay. I'm glad he didn't just say and finished with my boyfriend. Then I was sat in the corner wondering what the fuck was going on as these guys banged each other.
Yeah, the cheating chick loved this story. Yeah, she loved all these
Maddie,
stories.
I got double penetrated on a playground in the middle of the night. The end.
There you go.
Not kinky.
That's normal.
Now, does she know what double penetrated means?
Two dudes fucking at the same time.
It's the same hole.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
That's why it's double.
That's why it's double penetration. A spit roast is either end.
That's not what that means.
Yes, it is.
People don't use it that way. DP is just like.
Well,
DP.
then they're
being
wrong.
Penetrated.
I know what the porn terms means because I'm an expert on porn.
If you look up DP porn, you're gonna find a lot of spit roasting. That's all I'm saying.
Well, then I'll have to complain in the comment section.
Yeah, go do that. Go do that.
Do you know what? Porn comment sections are becoming wonderful with people going there just to have a laugh.
Yeah, they are fun. It's usually just name.
Who is this chick?
Name. Who
Address?
is this chick?
Name,
And you're
address,
looking.
phone
And the
number?
thing is, you're half the time you're looking in the comments because you want to know the name. So you're waiting for
So
somebody
you
to
can look
answer.
for more of the same.
But I won't ever comment. I'm just looking for the name.
Oh, it's that chick. Okay, she likes butt stuff or whatever. She likes that thing I'm into. Blah 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 blah. I was. Oh, how the fuck do you pronounce Ciara?
Ciara.
That's a wrong name.
Sierra.
That's wrong. I don't like that name. That name makes me angry. I was at a dance club dancing with this guy. This girl joined us and we started dancing together. Then we started making out. All of this is pretty typical. Things got heavy, so the other girl and I dragged him into the unisex bathroom. Now we know it's a lie. No such thing as unisex bathrooms. We had to distract the attendant so we could all go in at the same stall.
There was a
Oh, that's-
bathroom attendant there. Jesus.
Maybe this is just a really high class club.
I'm gonna say, do they have like hot towels?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Hot
I've been to
towel.
places with attendant. It's just weird that you would try to do this with an attendant there. It's kind of, I don't know.
I mean, the whole point of the attendant is to make sure you don't do this shit. The
I
girl
thought it
and
was
I
just to
gave
give
him head together.
Give you towels. Give you towels and annoy you.
Yeah. Holding out their tip jar, shaking.
Yeah,
it at you.
another tip jar. I'm like, do you even work here?
No.
You just come here with a tip jar.
Oh God, you just Mrs. Sick has gotten me semi into Impractical Jokers. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's one of them. They set each other with these pranks, and one of them said, "Okay, what we need you to do is you stand outside and you collect the entrance fee for this thing, and then the band doesn't show up or something like that, and then when everyone pays to go in." And then when he goes inside, a guy walks up to the stage and says, "Yeah, there's been a guy outside collecting entrance fees. This is supposed to be a free night, so if anybody knows who he is," and he stood at the bar going, "Shit!" And I don't know why. Well, yeah, having an attendant in the bathroom who's not really supposed to be... Someone must have done that. That's probably happened a few times to just collect some money.
There's a bar we used to go to downtown that had an attendant all the time. And I hated it. I just don't get on. I'm here to do my business. I don't need some dude sitting watching me take a piss in the urinal or whatever.
Yeah, I
And ask me to give him money because he handed me a fucking towel. What the fuck is your problem, dude?
I didn't even want a towel. I pissed on my hands.
Unless they wipe your ass, because that's being an assistant.
Yeah, that's help.
Yeah. Attend to my asshole.
just go for a shit and then walk out the stall with your pants around your ankles and walk up to him.
Do your fucking job.
Help!
Is this the only way you're getting a tip?
Help me!
So yeah. Anyway, Ciara blew some dude in a bathroom stall with some
The
other
girl
chick.
and I gave him head
boring.
together, sometimes taking turns, sometimes just making out with his dick between our lips. That doesn't
That's how
work.
that worked.
I let him bust on her face because I
It does
didn't
work.
want to ruin my makeup. So
It
that's
just
a
doesn't
lie.
feel as good as they think it
And
feels.
just left. And your friend comes out with jizz on her face.
That one's boring. That happens all the time.
Most of them are pretty boring. My boyfriend and I do a lot of they're either boring or just disgusting.
I don't understand this fantasy, like the role play thing. Last night it was the schoolgirl who wanted to pass the class and the professor who didn't want her to.
That's
What-
not
how is
kinky,
that
that's
a-
just normal.
That's pretty.
Yeah, but it's no.
That's
I mean,
tame as
like,
fuck.
and what role play? Oh, he didn't want her to pass. Why?
I don't want you to pass your class because I'm a dick.
Oh no, I better have sex with you so that you change your mind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just report this. There's a lot of problems with this story.
Yeah.
You
I really
just
don't
go,
want you to pass. I'll just be like,
I don't want you to pass. And she's like, I fucking hate you. That's why I
She
don't want you to
sexually
pass. Why the
molested
fuck would I fuck you? Fuck off. It's when some of my favorite joke stories are like, oh, let's role play it, and then he brings out his D20. Denise, I was at my boyfriend's after prom, and everyone was blackout drunk. Rape. My boyfriend and I went back into our room where we proceeded to hook up. You mean have sex. You're not hooking up. He's your boyfriend. You don't hook up with your boyfriend.
I guess that's what hookup means now. It just means fucking.
That's not a hookup. You hook up with someone you don't know or that you barely know.
The language is changing every day.
This girl I know but am not friends with brought the boy she was hooking up with back into the room too. He passed out on the bed next to ours while my boyfriend and I were completely naked doing it. She was mad she couldn't get laid, so she propped her head up on the passed out dude's body. What?
And watch them have sex.
All right. I locked eyes with her a few times, and I think she might have definitely been masturbating, even though I kind of know the girl. We haven't spoke of it since. It was pretty cool.
Boring.
If a guy was doing that, you'd be like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude! That's fucking."
She really dropped the. I had a threesome with my dad bomb too early. This stuff
should have been the last one. I hooked up with my boyfriend in an empty music classroom in high school. The door was wide open and there was a full class of students next door. That must have been some shit sex then.
Yeah, I would be. I would not be able to.
Oh god!
I don't think I can keep it up.
Music class that they all start playing.
Just play something a bit more sexy.
It's still
something you do the beat to.
It's still not that interesting, is it?
No, none of these are. I mean, you're falling asleep to this. On the first night of our birthright trip.
What?
What the fuck is a birthright trip? That sounds some white nationalist shit right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
My boyfriend and I snuck out. What the fuck is a birthright trip?
Yeah.
I need to know this. This is it. Birthright. Oh. I can't spell.
Is it Israel? Is it an Israeli thing?
To Israel, apparently, yeah. Birthright Israel.
It's a Jew thing.
Oh, that's what your cousin did.
Did they?
Yeah, your cousin went to Israel.
Right, okay. I don't know. My boyfriend and I snuck out of our rooms and had sex on a random floor.
A random floor?
The next day we overheard people saying they heard people fucking.
Okay.
I bet it wasn't you.
Again, boring.
That's just normal sex. Right?
I've had sex in random places where people could hear too. I didn't think of it as kinky. This isn't kinky. Where are the whips and chains? Last weekend, my friend stayed over, but my roommate was in the next room. I didn't want to have sex.
No.
Yeah.
Next.
Earlier this month,
sex 4 stories up.
My boyfriend and I, while waiting in the priority pass lounge to catch our flight, decided to sneak into the shower-only bathroom numerous times during our layover to have extremely loud and hot sex. I'm pretty sure someone was watching.
No.
Okay, the kinkiest thing I've ever done was doming a sissy boy for several months.
See, there we go.
That's actually kinky.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as the dad thing, but still. I originally
That's pretty bad, actually.
What?
It's pegging.
It's not as bad as fucking someone with their dad.
I don't... Oh, man. That's a tough one.
It's not as bad.
Would you rather have a threesome with your dad or get pegged up the fucking ass?
I think you know the answer to that.
That's tough, man.
Not for me.
Oh, dude.
I am not fucking anyone with my dad ever.
Is the psychological scarring where I don't... Well, I mean, for me,
as long as the fucking strap-on was...
No.
It depends on the size of the strap-on.
Yeah.
Entirely.
Okay.
If it's quite small, and you can
I've
basically...
never seen a small strap-on.
Well, then
They're
buy
all
one.
Various toys I had. If he behaved, he'd be rewarded with eating me out. Oh my god. That's feminism to a T right there.
But this isn't...
The writer of this article literally masturbated to that one.
Carrie, I snuck out to the park. I thought this was going to go somewhere else. I went to prom and they covered me in blood. And then I fucked everyone.
That's very good.
Shame. I snuck out to the park and let my 2 guy friends both suck on my tits. I literally didn't even kiss either of them. They both each sucked on a nipple as I laid there, and then I left.
And I left.
Well, they didn't even try to fucking play with you or any shit.
We're
That's
just about to suck on your titty like twin babies.
Yeah. Yeah, did they walk up to you in giant fucking diapers?
Jeez.
Sylvia, I was fucking trashed, and my friend and I ended up at a hotel with her boyfriend and his friends, even though we didn't go out with them. There was only one bed, and I wanted to hook up with one of her boyfriend's friends, so we all just ended up having sex in the same bed all night, blah, 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 blah.
Boring.
They don't know what fucking... What?
I thought these were supposed to be wild and crazy. These were supposed to blow my mind.
We asked real girls for their kinkiest sex stories, and my God, did we underestimate them. What were you expecting? This is the underestimated level.
So we've had 2 so far.
We've had 2 that were actually... One of them's kinky, and the other one's just fucking disgusting.
The other one's just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fundamentally wrong. I went home with a professional basketball player. He was 6'7", broad-shouldered and good-looking AF. We got back to his, and within minutes of getting naked, he was on his knees begging me to knee him in the balls.
That's number 3. This is a good one.
This is, highlight was when I was on top and he wanted his nipples twisted. Something delicious about a big, strong manly man begging. But even
Please kick me in the balls, please,
kick me, please. Have you seen? There's a really old internet clip of a guy. He's like tied up naked with his arms and legs spread out, and this girl completely naked, but she's wearing trainers, and she's just kicking him in the nuts. And he's just
that's not a video on the internet. That's a whole genre.
I know it's a genre, but there's a specific video that did the rounds up for a while.
There's crazy ones like ball smashing, and every now and then you'll come across it when you're just trying to come across it. And every now and then you'll come across it when you're looking for regular boring porn, because I'm a regular boring porn kind of guy. And then I see some bitch stomping on some dude's balls,
and you're like, okay, just once.
How resilient is the testicle? Because I don't test that theory. I don't know.
I would never test that
it sounds like their testicles are taking a whole lot of damage.
Like, if there's even a vague hint of a fingernail by my balls, it's like, you be fucking careful.
Shit, I don't know. That one is beyond me. That kind of fetish.
Yeah.
Because getting kicked in the balls is what was the worst feeling.
I can't imagine.
Is this a Crown Tea story?
My boyfriend and I had a date in LA to go to the wax museum. Oh god. I had his skin replaced with wax. We also ended up having sex in his car in the park. Sorry, obviously fell asleep legitimately. Someone might have watched them. Who gives a shit? We had sex on a train station bench. That's not kinky. Public sex isn't kinky. It just isn't. It's normal.
Which is most likely caught on a security cam, is probably on the internet. Yeah, probably.
Good.
Idiot.
One time in Venice, while holidaying with a friend, I came back to our apartment with a guy and a girl we met while we were out. My friend was already in the bedroom we were sharing, having sex with this other guy. Long story short, we all looked at each other and left. We joined in. It was hands down the best sex of my life. 3 girls and 2 guys. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. We had anal on the beach under a lifeguard standing during a family vacation. Now that's just hilarious.
The one you end with. That's the one you end with.
That's got 0 comments.
That's got to be really sad.
Nobody commented on it. Wait, can you leave a comment? Will it let you?
I don't know, but
scroll down. All right.
No, I had to move it because I didn't know if my name was showing up because it shows my profile picture, which isn't me because I'm not stupid. But yeah, But there's no comments, but I could leave a comment.
That is you. That's what you look like.
That is literally what I look
A
like.
German Shepherd.
Yeah.
Well, we've been going for 2 hours.
I think that was rather successful. And you haven't got your food.
I never got my food.
This is Ed's waiting for food stream, and
the time is now changed to 5:10. I think they're going to cancel it. I might have to reorder some food.
it's not even going to work.
Shit. By the time
On a family vacation, does that mean
By the time
success? No, the kids were watching.
yeah, the kids are watching. Yeah, by the time I get my food, Kristen will probably be home with my money, so
it won't even fucking matter.
it won't even matter.
I mean, there's got to be a point after 2 hours where they've made the food and it's sat there in their place where they go, this isn't turning up, and they've already fucking put it in the bin.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'm getting this food, though.
Yeah, but we might as well call it there.
Let's
Otherwise,
call it.
we're literally just going to be wasting the next 5 minutes. But
End it on anal in the beach.
I want to have anal on the beach near my family. All right. Thanks, everyone, for coming. This was fucking retarded, as per usual. And I'll let you know if Ed ever gets any food or if he dies.
Yeah. I'll let Twitter know.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, bye, guys.